Greetings, celestial beings! Susie Kerr-Wright, aka the Cosmic Cupcake, with this week's forecast from March 30th through April 6th. Now, in case you haven't watched it yet, there is a separate video on Mercury retrograde on my page, so on my little YouTube channel. So go and find that and watch that and pass it on to your friends. So we're not going to talk about it in this video, because I pretty much covered it over there. Well, I'll mention it, but because we've got some major, intense warrior energy going on right now in the sky. So let's get right to it. April Fool's Day, Mars enters Aries, joining the Sun, new moon, brand new starts, Jupiter, and Uranus. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5. So we're going to see a lot more stories of revolution, independence, determination. This is just, you know, we've been amping up into this for a while, guys, and this is really going to be a very volatile period of time. So now, personally, you're going to notice that people seem to be a little more impatient, a little self-absorbed, even aggressive on some levels. So, and obviously, the folks born under the sign of Aries are going to feel the brunt of this. And you may see some of them running, screaming naked through the streets. So just kind of, you know, get out of their way. So here's a little synopsis of what's to be expected based on your sun sign or ascendant. Okay, now this is the only way to know which house or houses this particular Aries energy is going to impact is to have your chart done and get a clear interpretation of it. So these statements don't take into consideration any other aspected planets in your personal chart. So know that. So basically, if all this Aries energy is showing up in your first house, that would be if you're born under Aries Sun or you have an Aries ascendant. This is going to make you feel very, again, so, you know, as I said earlier, self-focused and aggressive. So what you want to do is dissipate this fiery energy through positive physical activity. This means, you know, exercise, martial arts, focused creativity. Okay, you have to slow down right now, or accidents, possibly head injuries even, can occur right now. So many of you may be experiencing strong headaches as well. I know we had a bout of those when Uranus went into Aries. So now you've got Uranus and Mars and all of these planets. Uranus and Mars are going to connect this week. They're going to conjunct. I mean, this is really big, guys. Okay. So now if it's in your second house or your Pisces Sun or Ascendant, you're going to be more focused on financial gain, possibly to the point of feeling you may feel pushed out of the way by coworkers, figuratively, hopefully, not literally, or passed over for a raise, and it's going to be one of those really like, oof, it's just going to eat away at you. Or you may be having conflicts with money or possessions with your significant others. So just be aware, again, that this is a time to bring everything to the table for all signs, by the way. Any buttons that are pushed, any issues that are brought up, it's a great time for a brand new start, clearing the decks. So also, you want to, Pisces want to guard against any kind of theft at this time. So make sure your alarms are set and all your doors are locked and everything. Third house, let's see, Aquarius Sun or Ascendant. This is going to be very busy for you. This is a natural communication house ruled by Mercury. Is the third house. So for you folks, this could bring up old misunderstandings. Could have some weird issues to do with school, and you know, not clear about certain things, not able to get things moving the way you want, or it could have to do with issues with your brothers, sisters, your neighbors, that kind of thing. Very, very strong warning here to be super careful when driving. This house rules vehicles. And you know, with all this aggressive energy in there, at the very least, you may get a traffic ticket. So you're another one that needs to slow down. So Capricorn Sun or Ascendant. Home improvements might be in the order of the day for you, and that's a positive way to burn off this fiery fuel. But it can also bring arguments and conflicts with those living in your house or your mom, as well as items breaking down in your home. Now, if you don't need to get something fixed right now, then there's a possibility that when Mercury goes direct, it'll mysteriously fix itself, as I talk about in the Mercury retrograde video. So, but if it's something you need to get fixed, by all means, go ahead and, you know, do that right away. So Sag Sun or Ascendant, Sagittarius, this is the, it's going to be in your 5th house. So this is the fun house. I call it the fun house. It rules children, creative pursuits, and gambling. Okay, now this is a question I get a lot. Is it a good time for me to gamble? Well, let me put it this way. if you have positive aspects to this house, and you got to take a lot of things into consideration here, that could bring some gambling luck. Now the problem is, though, with all this driving force, you could keep trying to get that win by throwing money down again and again and again until it's gone. It's like that energy of like, God, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna win this time, you know. So you want to really cautiously take a chance, maybe a few dollars on the lottery rather than a big trip to Vegas with your life savings. That might be a little bit better for you. So it's also the house of short-term romances. So if you decide on impulse to jump into bed with somebody right now, there's a strong possibility they might not be there in the morning. They might be there in the morning, but they're really probably not going to stick around for too long. So just kind of know that, and I guess have fun. Sixth house, that's going to be a Scorpio, Sun, or Ascendant will have this in their sixth house. Now, work is going to be your red zone. So if you work around big machinery, again, like for all signs, be really cautious. Use protective gear. Don't rush. If you're in an office environment, I mean, it could just be simple things like running into the open filing cabinet or something. You know, just be careful. And also, pushing people too far, pushing people, you know, trying to get them to move a little quicker, that, you know, that impatience is going to cause major conflicts. So you want to be really careful. Everybody's going to be moving pretty quickly with all this energy anyway, so maybe just not quickly enough for you. Deal with it. So it's a great time also to start a new healthy lifestyle. And fresh beginnings come with all of this energy too, so keep that in mind. Seventh house, Libra, Sun, or Ascendant. Now this could bring conclusion to relationships that have been hanging on by a thread. So it can also cause arguments to escalate to the physical. So literally, you want to be really, really careful if you're in a particularly dangerous or volatile relationship with anyone. Now, if your relationship has been on solid ground, the good thing is that any escalated discussions, arguments, or anything will improve your communication. So you can finally put a stop to bringing up that thing that happened 10 years ago that you keep throwing up in every argument, you know. This is the time, no more, done after this, okay? So it's this honest, forthright, no holds barred kind of energy finishes that off once and for all and gets you on a new footing. So eighth house is Virgo, Sun, or Ascendant is going to have this probably in their eighth house. So you may find yourself dealing with the darker side of life. And the eighth house is Pluto ruled, Scorpio ruled, and all of that. So you might, now the good thing is that taxes might work out really well for you this year. And you can also successfully apply for financial aid. You might inherit a nice chunk of change from something. The downside is, like first house folks, physical danger is somewhat present here. So make sure you walk to your car in any parking garages. Don't drive through unknown areas or walk in strange places at night. Kind of common sense stuff, but you know, right now you just need a little bit of heightened awareness. And also sex could be a landmine right now, so you want to be uber careful about who you're hanging out with at night. So ninth house, Leo, Sun, or Ascendant. Now here's the type of energy that can generate great spiritual leaders or religious fanatics. So as well as incidents related to colleges, it's like protests and things like that. So we may hear about some big protests and maybe some angry mobs showing up on college campuses right now. So now you can best use this by opening up to ideas on a grander scale. Okay, this is really pioneering energy for you. If you have a business, think globally, think big in every aspect of your life, okay? You'll be more focused on traveling also, and that could open up some new perspectives for you. So it's philosophically expansive, and one thing you don't want to do during this time is bring up politics or religion around your in-laws right now. So not a good time anytime, I know, but again, we're talking a lot of common sense stuff here, but you know, just a little more awareness of it at the moment. 10th house, that's going to be a Cancer, Sun, or Ascendant. So anyone with this placement might feel like barreling over coworkers to get to the top. Oof. So, and you, like Pisces, I guess it was, if you push too hard, you're going to just piss people off. Especially with Mercury retrograde, you could be speaking before thinking. So now this is a really good time to tweak those breakthrough ideas and technology. Do your research though before shooting your mouth off about your great ideas. So you're going to look like an idiot. Clean up old business, toss out clutter in your office. Just wait, because your moment in the spotlight's coming. So just have some patience. 11th house, it's Gemini, Sun, or Ascendant. Now once again this week, since you are likely, you've been in the middle of some stuff going on, some big projects, and You're likely dealing with a lot of different people right now on various things. So disagreements are going to arise. Now, the best way for you to deal with this is to kind of throw your opinion or your idea out there with no attachment to the outcome, okay? And don't do it forcefully. You don't want to be a shrinking violet in the face of all the jockeying for position or aggression, but adding fuel to the fire isn't going to do anything to create any kind of harmony. So risk-taking is a good idea to a point. You want to stay open-minded but cautious. It's not worth losing valuable friends and important connections right now over this, so over being right. So hang in there. 12th house, that's going to be a Taurus sun or ascendant. So your world right now is operating from a little different place than most. It's coming from a more subconscious viewpoint. Powering through your limiting beliefs and facing your fears is really what is going on for you right now. And here's another weird aspect of this transit going through your 12th house. Slight paranoia, seriously. So you may feel like there's things going on around you or that you're being left out of things, and you may be. I mean, this is really very self-centered, kind of focused on, you know, on individuals kind of energy. So may be really happening, but what you need to do to get through this is kind of, well, there's a few things that you can do. One is you can get into therapy and deal with all your issues. It's like, I'm just kidding. Everybody has issues. But when planets like this hit your 12th house, that's where your issues live. So it is always a really great time to get some outside help, seriously. And the other thing that you can do is get out and volunteer in a hospital or institution. The 12th house rules hospitals, institutions, prisons, and that kind of thing. So, you know, do some volunteer work and kind of stay out of your worry and out of your head. And or you can just simply amp up your own spiritual program and ask for guidance from your own source. And, you know, and just listen. So stay in the now and don't be concerned with what others are thinking, saying, and doing. And as I've said, all through this forecast, again, you know, it's a very self-focused period of time. So may not have anything to do with you when all's said and done. Just give it a little bit of time. So all in all, this is really powerful stuff right now for everyone. And you know, powerful doesn't have to mean negative, okay? And I gave some kind of harsh warnings in this forecast because Mars-Uranus energy is really not to be fooled with. You really need to take it seriously, and I want you to hear it. But that's no reason to walk around in fear, okay? Our world has always been in upheaval. We're always experiencing change geographically and humanistically. So our job is to strive to be the spiritually highest and best we can achieve in these human suits. So embrace the new. This too shall pass. And until next week, this is Susie Kerr-Wright, aka the Cosmic Cupcake, wishing you all a sweet and delicious week. And if you would like to contact me, you can do so through astrogirl12.com or astrologernashville@gmail.com. Thanks all. Have a safe week.